Ladies and gentlemen, from the Universal Church of Freedom, Peace and Justice, Deacon Gerald Celente.
Hello, this is Deacon Celente of the Universal Church of Freedom, Peace and Justice. Yes, freedom, peace, and justice. Please tell me the religions that you believe in, the God that you follow, in those religions that's talking about freedom, peace, and justice right now. Where are the Catholics? Where are the Jews? Where are the Mormons? Where are the Episcopalians? Where are the Seventh-day Adventists? Where are the Baptists? Where are the Lutherans? Where are all of these different religions? Where are they, and why are they not speaking about peace? What is it, Beauty and the Beast? Or peace and war? Peace or war? So it's beauty or the beast, peace or war. And they're on the beast and war sides because they're not speaking of beauty or peace. World War III has begun. You keep hearing more and more and more about the warnings of a nuclear blast. And that's exactly what they do. They warn you, they get you intoxicated with the thought of a nuclear explosion. So when it happens, well, you heard it was going to happen, so here it is. And the people building bomb shelters? Oh, life will be beautiful when you leave the bomb shelter. Oh, it'll be so beautiful outside. This is serious, and the war keeps ramping up. Last week, as you know, the Ukrainians blew up the bridge from Russia to Crimea. This was the headline in the paper of the New York Times last Sunday. Blast on Crimea bridge disrupts supply routes. In major blow to Putin. Oh, the bridge blowing up, it disrupted supply routes. Oh, and it was a major blow to Putin. What else do we have? Russia moves to repair bridge to Crimea after attack. That's from the Wall Street Journal on Monday. They don't publish on Sunday. The attack happened on Saturday. That's it. Oh, and the story about what happened? Page A7, buried on the back. So Russia moves to repair bridge to Crimea after attack. This is a major, major attack. Suppose when America was at war with name the many different countries, Vietnam, Korea, Iraq, Afghanistan. Suppose they blew up the Golden Gate Bridge. Suppose they blew up the George Washington Bridge. It would be terrible. But Russia moves to repair bridge. They're playing down the atrocity of it. Jokes and threats. How Ukrainian officials reacted to the Crimean bridge explosion. Their security service, the SBU, the intelligence agency, said, quote, after the bridge came down, "The sun is rising, the bridge is burning beautifully." Isn't that nice? It's burning beautifully. These are the people that NATO and the United States are supporting that speak this kind of language. These are neo-Nazis. These are the Azovs. These are the facts. Zelensky's chief of staff. Zelensky is the comedian who played a comedian on a sitcom on Ukrainian television before he actually became the comedian president officially of Ukraine. His chief of staff said, showing a picture of the submerged bridge, quote, "What a beautiful sunny day." And what happened? Moscow retaliated. But before they retaliated, Ukrainian officials made no secret of their glee. That's for the New York Times. No secret of their glee of blowing up this bridge. The number of people that died on the bridge is anywhere between 3 and 15, depending on whose numbers you're looking at, that were killed. But then when Russia retaliated, the New York Times, Russia unleashes a deadly barrage against civilians. It wasn't a deadly barrage that Ukraine launched. No. And so on Friday, after Russia sent many missiles into Kyiv and destroyed a number of their power plants, etc., Russian President Vladimir Putin said that they were going to take a pause now. Enough has been done in retaliation. That was Friday morning. Friday evening, power plant attacked in Russian city near Ukrainian border. A missile struck a power station in the Russian city of Belgorod, not far from the Ukrainian border, on Friday evening. The attack has caused a major blaze at the site. And the United States and NATO are sending more and more money, more and more weapons. Stoltenberg, who is the head of NATO, is basically saying they're at war with Russia and they will not stop sending missiles and ammunition and other military weapons until Russia is defeated. This is a war that's been going on between Ukraine and Russia for centuries. As I've noted, they're taking down the statue of Catherine the Great because they say she didn't like the Ukrainians or something like that. That goes back to 1750. This is a border dispute between these two nations that the United States and NATO have turned into a major war. This would have been over months ago, if the United States and NATO didn't keep sending more and more weapons. And that's all they keep doing. The number now from the United States of aid and weapons to Ukraine is almost $70 billion. Not $70 billion to the people who lost everything in the hurricane that hit Florida. No, not money, not for them, just for the war machine to keep bloodying the killing fields. This is satanic. It's demonic. Where are the people moving for peace? As you know, we're doing all we can. When we launched our rally on July 23rd with Occupy Peace, and we had Judge Napolitano, Scott Ritter, Gary Null, and Phil Giraldi, former CIA head, who knew He quit the CIA because he's a real man. Because they knew, the CIA, he said, that Saddam Hussein did not have weapons of mass destruction, as did Scott Ritter. And both were blacklisted and talked down about because they told the truth. The people who marched off to the COVID war, and they marched off to the Ukraine war, and they're going to march off to World War III, because they already are. Again, if the money wasn't spent on all these munitions, the war would have been over a long time ago. And now Ukraine is some $55 billion in debt. And the United States is sending $18 billion to help bail them out, as this country is going down. And the same with NATO. The sanctions that they put on Russia are costing the people. And the money they're taking from the people to give to Ukraine is costing the people. As I said, from COVID war to Ukraine war to world war. And on the COVID war, the world has changed since the COVID war began. I went to the dentist last week. Sign on the door, you must wear a mask. To me, that was very strange. Why would I need to wear a mask going into a dentist's office when you have to open your mouth and they work in your mouth? They can't do it with a mask on. Why are they making me wear it when I walk in? And even when you go into the back office, you have to wear it even when you're sitting down. And you only could take it off when they work in your mouth. This is imbecilic, it's moronic, and it's mentally destructive. Just as they made you wear a mask when you're in an airplane, you must wear the mask, but you could take it off when you're eating and drinking. What's the difference? Oh, the COVID knows when you're eating and drinking, so they won't bother you. This is mad science. Mad science. Today, I had to go to an ophthalmologist. And they're doing the tests, and I couldn't see. I had to wear a mask. I said, I can't see that the lenses are all fogging up. They gave me a tissue to wipe the lens off. As soon as I wiped them off, it would fog up again. I have to do an eye test. I can't do it with a mask on. So I took the mask off. My eyes were it was all blurry. Now, every time you go into any medical institution anywhere, you must wear a mask. I went to the health food store after that. 50% of the people or more masked up. This is not only hurting people mentally, it's hurting them physically. The COVID war has destroyed civilization. It has destroyed the lives and livelihoods of billions of people across the globe. In the Trends Journal magazine, we write, over 100,000 businesses, small and medium, in Italy are going out of business. One country after another. Partially because of the high energy prices, thanks to the sanctions that they put on Russia. Russia didn't put the sanctions on Europe. This was going on between Ukraine and Russia. Been going on for centuries. So now they're going out of business. The destruction that has been done is incalculable. And now the Ukraine war. Again, from COVID war to Ukraine war to world war. If we don't do something to stop this, we're going to all perish. The people that are running and ruining our lives are mentally ill. Washington, D.C. is nothing more than an insane asylum. It houses mentally deranged people that steal our money to give it to others so they could keep slaughtering people. Weapons of death. The Senate Republican Committee just passed a bill to increase the defense budget. The defense budget? Russia's not attacking us. They're at Ukraine. How many thousands of miles away is that from us? They haven't threatened us. Afghanistan never threatened us. Iraq never threatened us. When all else fails, they take you to war. The economy is failing terribly. You saw the latest round of interest rates, and they're really double what the government says, according to John Williams and Shadow Stats. Because they lie about the numbers so they don't have to give the people a lot more money in Social Security, because that's tied to inflation. Cost of housing that's gone up. That doesn't count in inflation. So if you buy a house and it costs a lot more money, they don't put that in. If you're eating steak and now you can't afford steak and you're eating chopped meat, well, it's the same. We're not going to put that in inflation. So the numbers are rigged. This is going down big, it's going down hard, and it's going down fast. What are you doing? What are you doing to change it? We're doing everything we can, but we need your help. Can't do it alone. So please do what you can to support us. Go to freedompeacejustice.com, freedompeacejustice.com, and donate what you can. We have to get this moving quick. We have to get it moving fast. Because if we don't, like that, it's going to end. They're already talking about preemptive strikes into Russia, according to Zelensky, the comedian president of Ukraine. And they're also killing people that come out against Ukraine. As Scott Ritter has told me, and he's on the list, and I may be on it too. But guess what? We're all on the list. We're all on the list of death and destruction if we don't change it. Remember, it does not take a majority to prevail, but rather an irate, tireless minority, keen on setting brush fires of freedom in the minds of men, said Samuel Adams. And I'm irate. I am angry. As St. Thomas Aquinas says, if you're not angry when it's justifiable to be so, you are immoral. Thank you for tuning in, and amen and amen.